I needed a minute to gather my thoughts on the market and the sentiment and people's reactions to the market. And I've now gathered those thoughts. So I'm making this video on it. This video is going to be a little bit different to the stuff that you're used to on this channel because I really just want to have a candid conversation with you. I will talk about the market, but I also just want to have a bit of a reality check and just try to bring us back to a good place. Now, I get it. I get that people placed big bets on altcoins for this cycle, and as always, were sold into this idea that Bitcoin isn't going to make them rich. And if you want to 10x your money or 100x your money, you need to be in really low cap, high risk altcoins. And following along with whoever you listen to, whoever is someone that you trust, in this cycle has led you down the wrong path and led you into what is obviously pain. And that pain turns people toxic. And, you know, this is what happens in crypto. Every cycle will teach you a new lesson. I always say to my community that your first cycle in crypto is your apprenticeship. You will be lucky to walk away with any money at all. If you do, you did really well because it's your apprenticeship. Just like if you want to become a doctor or a lawyer, you have to go to university and you first have to spend money on tuition to gain knowledge. Once you have that knowledge and you have that qualification, you can then go out and start making money from it. Crypto is no different to that. You have to pay the price before you will start to make money from the market. When it gets that bad, I understand that toxicity, it comes to an all-time high. And I've really, in the last week, struggled with toxicity, in particularly me being the target of it. And the reason I think why I've struggled so badly with it is because I did my best. I did my absolute best to prepare you guys for this. Now, did I know it was going to happen? No, I'm not that sort of person. You'll never see me start a video telling you, I told you it was going to this price and I called it. I will never do that because I understand that the markets are about probabilities versus possibilities. Sometimes I will tell you that I think the price is going to XYZ, and sometimes it will go there, and at other times it may not. And that's why I never tell you, like, I told you this was gonna happen. That starts to come out in times like this, where the market is either really scarily bearish, like some people feel right now, or it is horribly toxically bullish and people are starting to tell you that they call the tops as well. I don't think that kind of language does anything positive for crypto industry as a whole because no one actually knows. That's the fact of it. And like these traders will tell you in the beginning, maybe this, maybe that. And that's fair enough because like I said, it's a game of probability versus possibility. But if one of their scenarios plays out, they'll then tell you, I told you. And that's why when something unexpected happens that they didn't tell us, because apparently they're psychic now, the rest of the followers become toxic. What I don't understand about this particular period of price dropping is why I became the target, because I did my best. I did my absolute best to prepare you for this. And I constantly looked for reasons why it may not happen. But I have been telling you that there is a risk of this happening. So why I became the target when I've never recommended that you buy a meme coin is beyond me. And in fact, back in January, more than a month ago, I posted this video here. I'm selling my altcoins. This video was posted here on the 21st of January. The comments on that video told me that I was overly emotional, that I'm not making good decisions, that influencers like me are the reason people get wrecked. Now let's go and have a look at the price on the 21st of January for Bitcoin. This was the date that that video was posted. This date right here, 21st of Jan 2025, I told you I was selling my altcoins. Now I'm sorry that it played out. Like, I wish the bull market just continued from there, and I wish I was wrong, but I saw something coming. I saw a risk. And I just wanted to give you some steps to make the right decision. And for the people that decided that they agreed with what I said in that video, they don't have to turn toxic now because they're not part of it, because they saw the video, it made sense to them, they acted on it because it made sense to them, and now they're okay. And that could have been you. If you are somebody trolling on the internet, that could have been you, but what else was happening at this time? Probably people telling you to buy meme coins, and you probably did, or buy dips. We're going to break out soon. It was a double top, it was a double top. But anyway, I'm not here to make videos to tell you how this toxicity is affecting me. I'm here because I want to send a really clear message about why you don't have to turn into that person that has extreme fear when price does this. Because right now, the honest truth is that the only place I can go where it's not toxic is inside of my Discord with my community. And the reason for that is because I shouted about this analysis for a month before it happened. We were prepared. We knew that there was a possibility it could happen, and we adjusted our risk accordingly. We are in really good short positions as a result of it. Like I said, I'm not always going to get it right, but in this case I did. And in this case, thankfully, a lot of people were saved from it. And now we have a very happy community that is happy because they're focused on the right thing. And that is this. You guys on social media who are trying to learn how to make money from crypto for free from watching a million videos, the problem that you face is that there are two types of people that are on, let's just use YouTube as the example. There are two types of people that are on YouTube creating content specifically for the crypto space. The first type is people who are analysts, who have a passion for the markets. They've studied the markets for years. They like to make money from the market, whether it goes up or down. They know that they can make money. Their one job is to pick the direction correctly. And they want to be out there helping people and telling them that. The second type are crypto media influencers. Their job is just to get attention. That's it. It doesn't matter what the result is for you, their audience financially. They just want attention. And they have to do that through clickbait titles, through things like, the next 5 coins to 100x, because they know that you will click on that video. They see panic and they will create more content to make you panic more. They see a green candle and they will create buy the content videos to get you excited. The whole thing is about playing on your emotions so that you click to watch their video. I fall into the first category. I'm not here to create clickbait titles to make you panic, fear, or get greedy. I do my best to try and get you to avoid those emotions as much as possible. Now, the thing is, the people that fall into that first category, they don't really get the views, right? Because nobody wants to hear anything rational. They just want to hear that they're going to make money or where they should be buying dips. But those people are the ones who are doing the best. You know why? Because they can make money if the price goes up. They can make money if the price goes down. It's irrelevant. The second type is dependent on a bull market in order to make money and get views. They need the price going up to get views, to get subscribers, and to make money. They are on a time limit. That's why everything is about clickbait and views and subscribes and all that sort of stuff. They're on a time limit because they know once the bull market ends, Their views will drop off as people become disinterested. And so their only chance to make money is in the bull market, where they have to capitalize that on as much as possible, because following the bull market is a 2 to 3 year bear market and accumulation phase. And the accumulation phase is like a year long, where no one cares about crypto, and it's very, very hard to get views. Their views will drop by like probably 80%, just like the price does, right? So this is their chance. They're on a time limit. The first type, the traders, we're not on a time limit. And that's what I want you to understand from this video. When you are a trader, you don't have to be panicking that the time is running out and the bull market is ending. And if you don't make your money now, like that's it, you got to wait another 4 years. No, you don't. When you're a trader, you can make money regardless of the direction of the market. My whole Discord is short right now, right? Like my whole Discord has been short for the last month or so. They're all making money as the price drops, you know, and when it pivots, they will switch and open a long position and we'll all be making money the other way. We are not subjected to whether or not it's a bull market or a bear market. It does not affect us. We can trade 24/7, you know, any day that there is a direction that we can identify, we can make money. We don't care when the cycle ends. We literally don't care. We're fine. And that's why there's no toxicity in my Discord right now. It's all on Twitter and YouTube comments, because you're trying to navigate it without having that army of people who all have the right focus. And so when something else happens because you've been watching clickbait videos, not realizing it, now you turn toxic because now you're down and you just don't have any more money to put in to save yourself, which I get that as well. You know, there's been so many videos about buying dips, and some Trump speech is going to be bullish for crypto, and this is going to be the thing that's going to turn us around, and blah, blah, blah. Like, it's just all rubbish and absolute noise. Do you know what matters right now? It's not what bloody Trump says. That's not what matters right now. What matters right now is the fact that the S&P is correcting, the NASDAQ is correct, the whole stock market is correcting, and the DIX is dropping at the same time. Do you know what that means? That means there is a loss of interest in US assets overall. When you think about the market cap of the stock market as opposed to the market cap of crypto, how on earth logically can crypto be bullish against this? Against the Dixie and the S&P and the NASDAQ and all stocks dropping? How? It doesn't make logical sense, right? And this is why I prepared you for this. I'm going to tell you exactly why I prepared you for this. Let's look at the S&P on the daily. Look at this. I was pointing this out on my videos for so long. We have these 3 hits to the same level, the resistance level, right? At the same time that was happening, you have a look at the volatility index here, the VIX. At the same time that was happening, the VIX was here. Anything under 15, when the S&P is at resistance, is a very strong signal that a stock market correction is going to come. You now see the aftermath of that. Did I tell you about this beforehand? Yeah, fucking oath I did. And I can't help it if you didn't hear that. I cannot help it. Now look, we're at above the 25 is the fear and potential market bottom. So we now need to start looking for signs of the correction being over. I'm not saying it's coming now. That can take a good month, you know, but it's going to be okay. In my opinion, I still think it's going to be okay, but we just need the patience. It might take a week, it might take a day, it might take 3 weeks. I don't know when. Like I said, I'm not psychic, I'm a trader. They're different. So we are in this extreme fear. That's why there's so much toxicity. If this continues up and we move into this 30 to 40 on the VIX, that's when we go into, oh, I spelt this wrong. That's when we go into panic selling, okay? And it's gonna get a lot worse. Wait, why did that? I did fix. I at this stage, I don't know if we're going to get there. Because I look at the price and I think, I'm looking at my targets and I think maybe we won't enter panic selling. Maybe. I don't know. Again, I'm just thinking maybe. So therefore, if we don't enter that extreme panic, then this will just be a correction. We will see our signs of a bounce. And then we will know the damage is done and we can get back involved. And that's what we need to be watching for between where the VIX is now and whether or not it pushes up. And if it pushes up into this zone, then I'm hesitant to say it, but it's very possible if it pushes up into this zone and we get this panic selling in the S&P, then we probably will enter a Bitcoin or a crypto bear market because we're almost as low as we can possibly go for this to qualify as a correction. And we're still 10 grand away. Okay, so let's not get carried away. There is still definitely room for us to correct a little bit more without saying it's over. Okay, so but this is what we kind of need to watch right now, right? Look here, from here we came back down. Maybe we'll get a repeat of this, and then we won't go into this panic selling kind of zone over here. And it turns out to just be a correction. And that will be our best case scenario, and the reason why I say like maybe we're close to the end of it is because again, when I go back now, so I've seen that on the VIX, now I'm going to go back to the S&P and I had a couple of targets here. So my first target was the daily 200 EMA, which we hit. And that was where I accidentally closed my short position on the S&P. I didn't want to. I wanted to just take partial profits. But I took this short on Prime XBT exchange. And I don't usually use it, but I use it if I want to trade the stock market because I can trade the stock market with crypto. So I was using that and I don't know it all that well. And I thought that I was partially closing my position here and it ended up closing out my whole position. So I'm not even sure if you can take partial profits on that exchange. But anyway, my short is closed, not mad about it, made really good money and whatever, it might turn around now anyway. The second area of interest was here at this gap here that we had from mid-September. And so we've broken both of my targets and the next target is down here. Now, this is not my target. It's our economist in our TTC Discord, Jared. This was his target, was around 54.80. So, we're kind of somewhere in between that. Is there more to go? Don't know. But basically anywhere that price is now, considering that my two targets have been met and we dropped lower, this area, whole area, becomes my area of interest now because of this green vector right here, okay? And we've spiked into it at this point in time. So now that I have this target on the daily time frame, and we've spiked into it, over the next week or so, however long it takes, I'm going to be looking at the 4-hour time frame for hints that the market structure is changing here first. So this is a potential good start, but it hasn't even crossed the 10 EMA yet. It's got a while to go. But if this does spike out, start to cross some EMAs, and then, either there's a few things that could happen, and like again, it's probabilities versus possibilities. It's not a prediction, but it could change structure with a higher low, or it could do something like this where it just changes, goes into consolidation, but at the consolidation, the EMA holds as support under that price action. So I'll be looking for like scenarios like that, like my normal pivot patterns, which, that's two of them. The W formation is the easiest one and the one I normally talk about on YouTube. But this one as well is it's another type, but there can be many and I can't mention them all. But when I see some sort of bottoming out pattern on the S&P, and maybe also because right now everything is positively correlated, right? So we've got the Dixie down, we've got S&P down, NASDAQ down, Bitcoin down, like everything is positively correlated and dropping together. So in the best world, if we're actually going to pivot and continue our crypto bull market, we will see the S&P recover. We'll see NASDAQ. We'll see some stocks start to recover, but the Dixie will remain bearish. That's our best case scenario. So that's what we've got to look for now. And it's not there yet, okay? So until we see that, we're not going to get a sustained change in trend in crypto. When you look at Bitcoin, let's look at Bitcoin on a smaller time frame. All of these recoveries here, attempted recoveries, like yesterday, like today so far, today's like kind of not too bad because now it's 2 sessions to the upside. But yesterday there was, this attempted recovery and then US just took it back down. You got attempted recovery, US took it back down. You got all of these attempted recoveries come straight back down. Here, false move week beginning, straight back down, So until the S&P turns around, any pumps in crypto right now are just liquidity grabs before there's further downside. So that's why to me, Bitcoin isn't the first chart that I check every day right now. It's probably one of the last. I'm opening the charts to look at all of this every day, to look at the S&P, the NASDAQ, Dixie. Like, this is a potential good start, if it can bounce. This also, if it can bounce, whilst look at the Dixie, it's down here. The Dixie looks like it's about to break my target as well. So it's a good potential start. Is it time to start offloading for the purpose of, buying the dip for the next leg of the cycle? Not yet. To me, not yet. It is very much possible that US opens and we have a repeat of this, we have a repeat of US dropping it back down. This was on US time zone, back down. All of these US time zones have been bringing it back down. So until we can see, either Asia or UK try to change a trend, which they're trying right now, and then US continue the trend, which is not what's been happening, then I think you have to be very, very cautious about the price right now. There's a lot of news events coming up as well this week. We've got over here we've got JOLTS job today. We've got CPI tomorrow, and then we've got PPI Thursday and unemployment claims. There's a lot going on, and all of this stuff is really important right now as well. So these things are either going to create the higher low to prove the change in trend, or they're going to do a complete reversal when all of this is just, buying into the news to then reverse it back down. So we just have to be really, really careful. There's some good news. When I look at the heat maps over here, there used to be very heavy orders down here at between 70,200 and 69,800. They have been removed. So that can sometimes be a sign that, big investors don't think we're going to go that low anymore. Can be that way. So that's okay. But we do still have the 72,500 orders there. So again, if today's attempted recovery turns out that US just takes it all back again, then this still could be a target that we have to be aware of. One thing I like to do when we have a really serious correction like this is I also like to have a look at spot charts, because I want to know where are big investors interested in buying the dips, if they're interested in doing that at all. So I look at 2 charts. Like, I have a look at Binance Spot as one, which they've got buys, between around the 73, 74K region, and still also down to 70. So anything between 70 to 75 is kind of our region if the US does not continue Asia and UK's uptrend. And the other thing just to be aware of is there are spot sells on Binance right now at 85,200 and 87,500. So that could be people just trying to get out at the highest price possible. So these people would actually be bearish because they're looking to sell their Bitcoin, but they want to sell it a little bit higher than what it is now. So we have to be aware of that as well, and just keep an eye if price does continue up into those areas. Just look for signs of weakness. If it's not there, fine, fine. But if the signs of weakness come, like I had this big rant to my community today saying, like, you've got to watch market structure more than anything else. Your candlesticks tell you the story, right? Let's go back to Bitcoin. The candlesticks, look at the strength in the moves to the downside. You know, you have very many colored vectors, you have large candles, you have big volume. Look at the strength in the move to the upside. You have white candles, small candles, low volume, right? Like it's a big difference. The candlesticks tell you the story, but this could be in the process of changing. We wait and see. Now, I also wanted to check Coinbase spot, and on Coinbase spot we have buys also around the 75k region. So yeah, unless we change market structure, there is still a risk that there is more damage yet to come. But where you should be looking for signs that the damage won't come is over here in the stock market. So what I want you to take away from this video is I want you to delete this flawed idea that you have a time limit and that if you don't make your money before the bull market ends, you're in trouble, because you don't have to be. You have choices. If you learn how to trade the market, you will be able to make money whether the price goes up or it goes down. It doesn't matter if it's a bull market. It doesn't matter if it's a bear market. Your only job every day will be to analyze the price and try to get the direction correctly more often than you get it wrong. And if you do that, you become the most powerful person on the planet, because you can make money just by clicking a button on the internet. You don't need a boss if you don't want one. You don't need customers. You don't need employees. You don't need anything. You don't need anything. You just need an internet connection, an exchange, and a trading balance. And you can make money no matter what.